the last 38 years, that's how long same-day election registration has been on the books, enacted in 1973 by a Republican legislature, there have been 2 cases prosecuted by the Attorney General of voter fraud. If there were problems with voter fraud, we would know about it. And it's just not the case. It is part of a national campaign to change voting rules to make it more difficult to vote. And there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud in Maine. Our elections are efficient and at the highest level of integrity.
Democrats will say, they're saying, well, this is some grand, some big plan by the Republican Party. Well, come on. That's a fabrication. I mean, it may be coincidentally happening where Republicans took over the legislature in some states. But here in Maine, we've been trying to change this law for years. For years. And I mean, it's not some national Republican effort. Is simply some legislator, in this case Secretary of State, based on what he was hearing, put this bill in, and when we passed it through the legislature.
The Maine Clerks Association testified against the elimination of Election Day voter registration. They don't see it as a problem. In fact, if you talk to the clerks, they'll tell you that the problem will be come Election Day when they have to turn away their friends and their neighbors at the polls, people who are eligible to vote and who can't because of an unnecessary change in the law.
Any argument that is somehow an attempt to restrict people from voting is really bogus. My understanding is more Republicans enrolled Election Day 2010 than Democrats. It's not about that at all. I mean, they can say it is, and that's probably the angle they'll want to use. 42 other states have a similar law. It's not all that complicated. 42 other states have a similar law, including the most liberal states in the country, New York and Massachusetts, require 20 to 40 days or whatever it is. I think it's 20 days in one state and 30 in the other. It's funny. I've been around politics a long time. I've never experienced the outpouring I have since this happened. I mean, more people have called me, have emailed me with their own personal story about someone they know that voted twice, about the fact that there's somebody was standing in line behind them talking about how they had voted in New Jersey and now they're voting in Maine. I mean, in 2 days, I found more information than I ever could have imagined. And we'll have a press conference in a couple weeks.
We have an aggressive 3-week schedule to try to gather the more than 57,000 signatures we need to place the people's veto on the ballot, and we're hoping for November. But we also have contingency plans for it to be on the June ballot.
And we've all witnessed, I've witnessed busloads of people coming, and I've seen it in Farmington. I hear about it all across the state. Town clerks have called me. In the end, I'm not even sure they'll submit this, even if they get signatures, because once we have our press conference and we explain to the people of the state how serious this is, they can't win the battle, they can't win the issue without my research. With it, there's no way the people of the state are going to allow this law to be repealed.